We started our journey in 2009. Our then CIO, a guy called Brian Kinsella, came up with the idea that we needed a new email system, something to replace the 58, I think it was at the time, various global email systems that we had. Across the globe, 41 countries, 76,000 employees. Quite a challenge for us, and we did a lot of research, and we settled on Google as an email system. Did our pilot in 2009 with 700 users globally in one of our plant businesses. And it was a great success. The guys liked it, the guys loved it, and for a global services company, it made life very easy. Instantly got a global email system, no infrastructure to look after, no operations guys to employ, no complex technology. It just appeared on the cloud 5 years ago. Since then, we've deployed that to 25,000 users globally. If you look at the little timeline there, first year, 10,000 users, very quickly. Again, no infrastructure, no challenges, just push that out. 2011, 18,000 users. At that point in time, we were looking at our intranet. Again, I think we had 47 separate intranet sites for the various companies that we'd bought and tried to integrate. And we settled again on one. We moved that all onto our what is now Rentokil Intranet running on Google Sites. 2011, up to 18,000 users now, so true global coverage at that point in time. Again, looking primarily just at email and nice sites. And the guys started to look at mapping. Mapping was coming online. So we've evolved, as Google has evolved the product set all the way through. 2012, Android and Android tablets. And 2013, some of what I think is the killer app stuff that we're doing with Google now around Hangouts and Google+. So Rentokil, global services company. We do pest control, we do hygiene, we do washrooms, we do textiles and laundry. I think Waitrose is actually one of our customers, so we're behind the scenes there making sure that your shops are nice and clean and your warehouses are kept free of pests, etc., and making sure that food is good quality stuff that comes out the door, working in partnership with you guys. And a quick competition. Who thinks they've got the weirdest mobile phone app on their phone? Come on, must be someone that's got a really weird mobile phone app. No takers? Carers. Okay, well we've got one. It's made by a manufacturer that provides glue boards, and if you've ever seen Shrek, glue boards are those little sticky things that capture all the flies that he rolls up and makes a cudgel with. And when we actually go into a customer, we have to take these glue boards down and we have to count and classify the individual flies that are on that list. You can imagine what a tedious job that is for a tech to actually do. These days, we've got an app. It takes a picture, it counts how many flies are on the screen, it tells us, it produces a report, we send it onto Google Sites, it's done in seconds. So that's the award for the weirdest app, I think, that one. But we've gone through a business-led revolution. So we've had the Google email system, it's email, it's calendar, everybody's come to use that. And they've been looking at the platforms and they said, well, what else can we do? We've got mobile phones. What apps can we find? How can we get rid of these complex handwritten or paper-based processes that we use day in and day out? And we're all used to filling in forms, we're writing plans, we're doing submissions and returns. We do customer surveys, the list is expenses, forms, mileage claims, the list is endless. And all the time that you actually spend on all this manual stuff is time that you can't spend doing the things that are important. Making your customer happy and making a profit. Yeah? Most important, clearly, making your customer happy. The business has looked at this and said, well, with this Google platform, there's some interesting stuff that we can do around here. Start the smartphone. If we give everybody a smartphone, that means they're connected. They've got email, they've got Google, they've got chat, they've got access to docs. We can start doing online forms, we can start doing apps. So we've got 1,000 technicians now in our UK business running around with, I think, Samsung and Motorola mobile phones. Big investment for us. All of the forms that they now use and routine in their job are actually put online, they're accessible. One-time entry, works first time. We stop losing bits of paper. And when we go to a customer with a professionally completed, professionally printed out form, this makes us look much more professional. And the benefits you get from that are pretty clear and pretty easy. productivity. You fill in a form once, it submits to the centre, there's no further admin on it. There's some apps in the back end that we've written in Google that collate this into simple spreadsheets, so your sales targets are produced, your performance targets are produced, your customer survey form charts are all done. Increased sales, if you're on a smartphone and you're on a customer site and you get a lead, you instant message the sales team. Sales team are on the phone ringing that customer and learn that. In fact, you can even send photos back to the sales team of the site so they can actually see what they're talking about. Spend more time on value-added tasks, more time in the field, more time with the customer. Really important stuff. Google Communities is the one that we've seen take the biggest share of what we're doing on Google now. And this is stuff that IT have had very little input into. We provided the platform. We did some testing with Google a couple of years ago around closed communities and private communities, and generally making Google Plus fit for use in the enterprise world, so restricting posts, giving us controls around that. And then we give it out to our customers, say, what can you do with this in the social media world? And they start to set up closed communities. Now, this is a live community. I can just point out that the big spider is actually a female, guys. Okay, and it is quite harmless. It's a common house spider, apparently. I've got some far nastier ones on the screens. But this stuff is live. So if you've got a technician who's actually out on site looking at an infestation, they don't know what it is. They take a picture of it. They post it on here. This is moderated by our technical teams. Our technical teams are sat in the back office with all the books and all the manuals that tell them what this particular pest is, how it's dealt with, what the treatments are, and it's instant. Whereas before, it was, oh, go back to the van, get the books out. By the time I've gone back, it's run away. Or ring up somebody, I'm looking at this, it looks really big and scary, what do I do with it? They're usually engaged, they're not around, and again, by the time you've actually come to it, it's gone. It's really closed the gap between our frontline team, the guys who are actually in the field in front of the customer, and the back office. You know, if there's something wrong on site or something wrong with the way they're doing things, they're vocal, they publish it here. It's very much like the Waitrose experience, it's a community. Information is shared, collaborated, technical forums, training, etc. is all there. We run, I think, in the last 6 months, we've gone from, I think, 6 closed communities. And I looked at this week, it was about 58 closed communities now actually set up globally. Even the chief exec has set up his own closed community this last couple of weeks to start publishing out good stuff and reports. Okay. And benefits, these are real tangible benefits, okay? Shared learning, everybody sees this in the community, it's pushed at you. Closer relationships between the managers and the teams, okay, and that communications path there. If you get a picture of your boss doing something silly at the Christmas party, you can post it and share it with everybody. Photographs around the leads, and improved communication is the key thing. It is instant now in terms of how we communicate this stuff. Okay. The thing I wanted to focus on today was really Hangouts. I think we are constantly told that we are the #1 global Google customer for Hangouts. We got 11 out of 10, I think, in a recent score for our use of Hangouts. So I've picked top 5 of the things that we use it for. And some of these things I don't think people have actually considered. So the See Something Scary, by the way, that's not from Waitrose, that was from Tesco's. So to see something scary, it's not no one from Tesco here, I hate to add it. To see something scary, if you're out on site and you've got a problem, you don't know how to deal with it, the guys are equipped with tablets and smartphones, they're actually videoing this stuff back to the technical guys, and they're able to actually talk them through how to deal with it there and then. Share some knowledge. To training. How expensive is it to do training? You get them out of the field, that's a day's lost productivity. You put them in a hotel, that's a big bar bill. And then you feed them the following day and you train them. What we're doing today now is using Hangouts on air. So we're recording training courses or we're recording key snippets, posting these and sharing these via the Google community. Okay, and you don't need to work out how much money that is going to save in terms of time and productivity. We were taking a technician out of the field 1 day a month just to meet the mandatory training that we have to do for compliance. That's 1,000 man days a year. Sorry, 1,000 man days a month to take out the field. 12,000 man days a year, something like that. Now, they come in once every 3 months to do the training. Getting up late, I could have done with that this morning actually, Thomas. Doing a hangout this morning rather than doing battle with the trains and turning up late would have been great. But the ability to work from home, the ability to actually work from remote office from McDonald's, to not have to go back into the office, just saves you an absolute fortune in time, space, money, travel costs, etc. We've got salesmen who used to spend, again, 1 or 2 days a week in the office. Whilst they're in the office, they're not in front of the customer, they're not working with the frontline colleagues, they're not working with the teams. Now they're doing it either from the customer side or from the local McDonald's or from wherever we can actually splag some free Wi-Fi. And away we go. Make new friends. We're a global company, and we operate across 46 countries. I was talking to some guys in South Africa last week about rolling out the new GVC Google Chromebox for meeting platforms, which we're testing at the moment. I assume I'm allowed to talk about them, am I? Yes. NDA, you see. But we're just looking at testing those into South Africa now. You know, that would have been a plane flight or certainly a very complex, poor quality phone call. You know, meetings last week with the States about new sites that we're rolling out on Google, etc. The cost saving is just huge again from that. The beauty of using Hangouts compared to WebEx. How many WebEx users have we got here? All right. How long does it take to log into a WebEx account and set up a meeting? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, get the password, can't log in, got the wrong number, dial, click, join, done. And then finally, the most important one I think is the VIP. You know, you're in the middle of a meeting, chief exec rings up, says something needs to be done now, you immediately get onto a call, and there's that instant urgent call that you have to make, especially if you forgot yesterday. And how about that? Spot on time. Okay, thanks guys.